Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm back. I'm back. You're back. Thanks for being here. Y'all back? We back. Y'all back? We definitely back. In a game where the 76ers were depleted and without Joel Embiid, the Kings could not find a way to pull the game through on the road. In Philadelphia, the Sacramento Kings lose 104 to 117. And currently, the Sacramento Kings are 24 and 23. They are in 10th place, tied with the hated Warriors. And we have the tiebreakers, the only reason why we're in 10th place, with the Spurs right under them in 12th place, and the Suns right over us, a half game ahead of us. And in first place, we have the Thunder, who are pretty much locked in to that spot currently, unless they have a disastrous losing streak, 37-9. Second place, Rockets, 32-14. And third place, Grizzlies, 31-16. Hey guys, before I get into my analysis, if you can, please click that like button. It'll help me get some more views. Also, if you're in the Kings Talk, Kings analysis, post-game analysis, click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We're new, but we're trying to grow the channel. We're going to do some live stuff and some other fun stuff later, so you're going to want to be here. Click that subscribe. Also, if you can, make a comment. Comment below. Comment on anything. Comment on the Kings. Comment on me. If you make a comment before my next video comes out, I'll put your comment in the next video. Also, I'd appreciate it if you shared it on any of your social medias. Thanks. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you for being here. Hopefully you're here for the whole video. And I want to say welcome, YouTube, and to all my folks and all my friends and to all you Kings fans out there. It's your guy, J.A. Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of The Kings Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
Ah! I love it.
Ooh, boy, I took a big gulp of that coffee today. Need that good energizer, that good wake up. Need to just kind of refresh a little bit. Halfway done with my cup. It's a little cold, lukewarm, kind of like the Kings last night in that loss. They were just a little lukewarm, not very aggressive, and just didn't really seem like their minds were in the game. And I wonder why, with everything that's going on right now surrounding the Kings. And today is January 30th, 2025. And we are 30 days into the new year, and I appreciate you checking me out for this video. I got some pretty good things to say. You're going to want to hear this stuff. So, and today is Thursday. Throwback Thursday.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore.
Throwback old school Thursday.
But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it, so when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along.
My cup of joe for today is the fact that, in my opinion, this was a team that was kind of vulnerable, a team that was there for the getting. You know, they were without their best player, Joel Embiid, and they were without a couple other guys. So I thought that this game was there for the taking, and the Kings kind of were not opportunistic and didn't take advantage of a depleted team. And I think most Kings fans know and understand that there's a lot going on with this team right now, with the talks of the De'Aaron Fox trade. Honestly, kind of took the city by storm. You know, Nobody wants to see De'Aaron Fox go. Well, I'm not going to say nobody. He does have people. There are people out there that are not fans of De'Aaron Fox. But I would say most people agree that he is a very, very good player. He's a good clutch player. He's very good at getting to the basket. His three-pointer is getting better. You know, he is a very good two-way player, especially offensively. So there's no denying that. I just think some people are not a fan of his because they don't feel De'Aaron Fox's heart is all the way in with the team currently. So, not sure about that, you know, one way or the other. I do know that they had come out, his wife and him kind of came out saying, you know, expect the unexpected, and then also saying, you know, he never requested a trade. And then you have Rich Paul coming out saying, you know, you should get it done sooner than later. Just, to me, speaks of the front office kind of putting it out there that they want to do these things and kind of testing the waters in the background a little bit, which kind of caused a firestorm because, you know, we're winning right now. We're doing good. We were doing good under Coach Doug Christie and creeping up the standings for a day or two. So it's just all kind of peculiar timing. Feels just kind of panic. Things are starting to feel a little panic. People are on rush mode. So I just hope that's not at the demise of the team. You know, hopefully everything that's done for the Kings is done for the betterment of the Kings and for on the best for the Kings. So their minds seemed like they were on other things, and they just didn't really seem connected to the game last night. That's my cup of joe. And today I tried something a little different. Black, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of almond milk. I'll give you some stats, some quick stats. And so for the Philadelphia 76ers, their leading scorer was Tyrese Maxey with 30. Other guys had 15, Kelly Oubre, Eric Gordon with 14. Guys off the bench had 13, Ricky Council, Kyle Lowry. Leading assist getter was Tyrese Maxey with 8. Tyrese Maxey was doing a lot on offense for the 76ers. And rebounds was Kelly Oubre and Yabusele with 6. And for the Sacramento Kings, Malik Monk, our dog, row. Malik Monk with 21 big points. DeMar DeRozan with 19. De'Aaron Fox with 19. And even though these guys had decent points, it just wasn't, they weren't playing their regular aggressive offensive game. And you could just tell, you could just feel it. Domantas Sabonis with a big 11 assists and a big 14 rebounds. Another triple-double for the blue-collar worker, Domantas Sabonis, always putting in that work for the Sacramento Kings. Off the bench, not too many guys helped out. Keon Ellis had 6 points. Team stats, the Kings shot 44% from the field, 76ers 52. 3-point percentage, the Kings were only 24%, only hit 10 3-pointers. 76ers were only able to hit 2 more 3-pointers than them, however, for a difference of 6 points for the 76ers. Free throws, both teams shot in the 80s. 76ers shot about 5 more free throws than the Kings. Rebounds, the Kings had 11 more rebounds than 76ers, 4 more assists, also had 3 more turnovers, and points in the paint was about even, 54 to 52 in favor of the Kings. And as you can see in these quarter-by-quarter stats, the Kings started off okay in the first half. They were matching them all the way up to the third, and then in the fourth quarter, they just kind of went flat. Eye test. I'm going to give the Kings an eye test. Eye test. We're going to take an eye test. Yeah. Eye test. For the eye test today, I am going to, instead of playing clips, I'm just going to play what Kyle Draper said at the end of the game. He had some very interesting things to say, and I pretty much agree with everything he said. All right, so check this out. This is what Kyle Draper had to say.
They never went back to playing that same way with being physical, playing fast, attacking the paint, you saw the points in the paint for both these teams started matching up there closer and closer, and the Kings just allowed a short-handed roster to do so many things to them that they should.
Well, what Morgan Reagan had to say also.
All right.
Oh,
No, because I know we got tape to show and everything. Hold on for the tape here. Hold on. I got something to say. This team came into this. This team turned it around under Doug Christie because they were playing hard, they were fighting, they were scrapping. I didn't see any of that tonight, Morgan. You let the Sixers shoot 52% from the field. You let guys like Kelly Oubre get it. You let Eric Gordon jump in a hot tub time machine, especially in that first half. Like,
Damn.
where was the resistance? And the thing that got this team where it is to right now, renewed the hopes of the fan base, renewed the hopes of the organization, the coaching staff, us right here, is the grit, the effort that was shown when they won 7 in a row, when they turned it around. I didn't see that tonight, and that's a little disheartening, right?
And I'm with you on that. And I think even when we saw some of these offensive rebounds and them not being able to finish, you think about how you have to be so locked in physically and mentally, and they weren't in so many different ways. Just those little effort plays that you talk about, and then defensively, the way that they weren't in help, they weren't showing any sort of resistance. There wasn't that same type of disruption from their defense. And then their three-point shooting.
Right.
It wasn't good, and they were seeing success in the paint. So I just wanted to see even more attack, especially when you're not having a good shooting night. But I think you're right. They just were not super locked in.
All right, you brought up the 30-9 run.
I agree with all that.
They came out in the second half looking sharp, got back in there, took the lead, actually. But then the Sixers go on a 30-9 run. Tyrese Maxey,
30-9 run in the second half. You're not going to win games if you let teams score on you this way.
Led 80-68 at the 3:14 mark in the third, and then the Sixers
80-68. Wow.
And I think what that run consisted of for the Sixers was just keep attacking the paint, keep being aggressive. We saw some line drives, and I think I either said it to you or someone else. I'm like, look, Tyrese Maxey's going to get those. That's going to happen at times. But when you're allowing all the other guys to just work their way into the paint without any resistance or without any type of effort to really try and push them out, it's almost like you're expecting your length or your verticality to just be enough. But that isn't enough. You have to treat them. These are NBA players, and they just weren't being treated like that in this run.
And not just NBA players. They got an all-star on their team. I understand no Paul George and Joel Embiid, but we need to put some respect on Tyrese Maxey. He is our BMW Ultimate Performer tonight. Maxey, 30 points, 8 assists out here tonight. He's in another all-star campaign he's putting up here, Morgan.
Yeah, he's been pretty fantastic, and this is without Joel Embiid and Paul George on the floor. So you think about how much attention is going to be drawn to him. Well, it wasn't enough tonight. I mean, you're seeing him seek out the mismatches that he specifically wanted. And then you just look at the way that he's shooting from just outside. Tonight he was only 1 of 6 from three-point land, but I felt like in the mid-range.
Mid-game.
Close to the rim. Anywhere else in the short range, Tyrese Maxey was just getting it done.
Yeah, he was, and it's just not a recipe for a victory for the Kings. I'm also going to play what Doug Christie had to say.
A tough one. I think many times, like, we had a conversation, like, doesn't matter who's across from us, and unfortunately tonight you go out, we have multiple double-digit leads or right around double digits, and just continue to let them back in. Called a couple timeouts and we talked about it, but their energy, counsel, guys just attacking the basket and unable to finish. So I'll go back and watch the film and see where it was. I mean, and I have to be better for them at the same time, and I told them that, because I will never blame them. It always is going to fall on me, and I will take the bullet for that.
I don't know, Doug. So if they're not playing out there on the court, it's on the players.
You know, I'll have to look at it. I think turnovers, if I'm not mistaken, probably some quick shots. And then just like we got some good looks, even when we were down 6, I think with 3.5 left, and Malik pump fake, sidestep, wide open look, and it wasn't falling. We shot 41 threes. That's a number that we want to get to. We just didn't make them at a high enough clip tonight.
You made just 10. Were you happy with the looks you got from there?
I mean, there were a couple that we were shooting towards the end, but for the most part, yes, I thought that we had some open looks, and they just didn't fall for us tonight.
And given everything that's happening, basketball or business of basketball wise with Knox, did you notice that impacted the spirit at all?
No, I thought before the game, everybody was in a really good spot. I mean, when you look at stuff like that, you can read into a lot of different things. I don't do that. Those guys are out there to win. They're going to play their hearts out. They're going to play extremely hard.
Maybe in the beginning of the game, they were high spirits and happy at the beginning, but at the end of the game, the way they played, they were not into it.
There are areas that we have to be better at, and that's ultimately, like, once we get a lead, we have to learn how to just step on somebody's neck and put them away. And tonight is another example of not doing that. I don't think their spirit was anything. Like, give them credit. They played a good game. They were aggressive, knocked down shots. Tyrese was Tyrese, and they got the win.
What do you make of the discrepancy in bench? Is there anything you guys can do to maybe get your bench back out of it?
I mean, guys obviously have to make shots, but they also have to be in the game, stretching out some of our starters a bit. But that's just, whatever we have to do to win the ball game is what I'm going to try to do for our team. And guys will get minutes, they'll get opportunities, and they want to make the shots, they want to get the rebounds, they want to do all those things. I'll put them in a position, and if they do, then obviously our bench will be better in those moments because those guys are prepared, no doubt.
I think this will be the last time we talk to you before Star Reserves, and that's the case for Domas and De'Aaron and Bob Wyatt. You think they are also?
I mean, when you obviously look at their numbers, I've seen some different things. I'm not just totally a numbers guy, but at the same time, since all this has happened, I think now we're 11-5, so they've really started to play at a high level. Domas is, almost averaging a triple-double. The things that he goes out, whenever your name is in there with Will Chamberlain, you're probably doing something pretty solid. Foxy is just a special player. So when you look at the Western Conference, they should be in the conversation. I can't vote for them, but if I could, I most definitely would. You got it.
All right, that's Doug Christie right there. Yeah, tomorrow the All-Star reserves will come out. What's your gut telling you about tomorrow?
Not good for the Kings, and I don't know, I'm laughing, so I don't cry. It would have felt, I would have even felt more confident even if Sabonis maybe had a big game tonight. We were talking him up in the pregame, in everything that he's been doing. One game doesn't.
Right. And the votes are already in. The votes are already in.
Yes,
yeah.
And that as well. It's just, not feeling good for the Kings, having an all-star, and I think someone like Domas, the way he plays every single night, absolutely deserves it. Tonight, only having 6 shot attempts in his 40 minutes, while Herter had 5 shot attempts in his 10 minutes. Doesn't look so good, but it's one of those nights.
Yeah, they Kyle Draper and Morgan Reagan both had some very good points. If you watch the game, you can see it. The team at the end of the game wasn't defensively aggressive enough, and Tyrese Maxey was able to do whatever he wanted to do. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is, so the Kings, right now they're currently in an interesting spot with all the trade rumors going on and De'Aaron Fox not signing his extension in the preseason. Hopefully, this is just a weird time for all this to be happening and to be coming out, especially when the team was doing good. They were winning under Coach Doug Christie, so far, and they're in the middle of this really tough road trip, 2-week road trip, six games on the road. And honestly, if you want to look forward, they really have 10 of their next 13 games are on the road, which is really crazy to think about. 10 of their next 13 games on the road. So they're pretty much on this just really crazy hard road trip right now, where they'll come back home on a couple nights on the 5th and on the 8th. But other than that, they'll be on the road all the way until February 13th, which is crazy to think about. That's like 2 weeks literally on the road. And they've already been on the road for about half a week. So all this comes at a weird time. The Kings just have to stick together, stay together, keep the chemistry going, keep playing like nothing is going on. I mean, how else are you supposed to play? And we just need to see what's going to happen with De'Aaron Fox. I mean, the trade deadline is February 6th, and it kind of sucks now because that's like a week away, and we got to just kind of ride through this to see what happens. And I just hope that Monty McNair doesn't sell out this team and give De'Aaron Fox up for like nothing, or for, you know, a bad deal or something. You know, the only way we get rid of Fox is if we get a bunch of first-round picks and another decent star, decent player, decent scorer, two-way player, or two in return. It's the only way we do a deal. Other than that, we need to keep Fox in the team at least until this next offseason. But anyway, that's my bottom line. Next up, the Sacramento Kings will be in Oklahoma City facing off versus the Thunder. Saturday, February 1st, 5 p.m., which is in 2 days. Be there or be square, and click that subscribe button so that you can check out my analysis, my post-game analysis the next day after that game. And the OKC Thunder are led by SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They also have a very good young player in Jalen Williams. Isaiah Hartenstein. Chet Holmgren is another unicorn type player that they were able to acquire. Jalen Williams, Alex Caruso, LaGuence Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Carson Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Brendan Carlson, AJ Mitchell, to name a few. All of these guys are very young and they're very good. This team is going to be very good for a long time to come. They're on the road. The Kings are on the road versus this team in this time of turmoil for the Sacramento Kings. So in my opinion, I just feel like this is the number one team in the league currently. I just feel like the Kings need to just go out there and battle. I'm not expecting a win versus this team on the road in the times of turmoil with the Kings, although I would like to see a win. Obviously, I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping these guys can kind of blueprint these guys and strategize these guys, because this is a top NBA NBA team in general. So hopefully the Kings can go out there and battle and they don't get blown out. So here we have Bet Us, or Bet US. It's a great site for betting. It's what I use if I want to bet on basketball. They also have good I like to use them for fight bets. You know, you deposit, you get extra money. They got Adesanya and a Mavov fight coming up. You can bet on that, which is pretty cool. If you like betting on basketball, they have basketball. Tonight's games, the Los Angeles Lakers are favored by 8.5, Cleveland Cavaliers by 10.5, and the Grizzlies by 5. How do you feel about those numbers? You can win money if you bet the right way. If you feel like those numbers are too high and the Wizards could possibly come within 8 or win the game, you would bet here. Moneyline bet, that's just a straight up bet. If you feel like the Grizzlies are going to win, you would get two times your money if you win. Or actually, you would get half your money if you bet on them. You would divide it by 2. So if you bet $10, you can win 5 on them. So if you bet $100, you could win 70. Also, over-unders over here also. And I know a lot of people like to use Prize Picks and do all the parlay bets. You can do parlay bets here. Say you thought the Lakers were going to win. You could go here, and your parlay starts to pop up here. Let's say we go Cavaliers, and we go Grizzlies. We feel all three of those teams are going to win. Our bets would come up over here. We could do parlay. We could also still do straight bets as well. Say we wanted that parlay right there. We could bet $5 right there. And it says we would win $28 if that parlay bet won. And they also have some other fun bets on here that you can do. Overseas games, NBA season awards. They have specials, stuff with Kevin Durant, Butler, Celtics, NBA prop bets. And of course they have Super Bowl bets as well. Chiefs are favored by 1 currently. And then they also have these other fun bets you can do if you want to add on as a parlay, or you could even do them separately. Like who's going to be winning the first quarter, second quarter, and some prop bets here. Like first quarter winning margin, what do you think that's going to be? First quarter total touchdowns. They have a bunch of stuff that you could bet on in here. First half winning margin. And there's a ton of stuff. If you're a gambler and you're interested in doing sports bets, you can do it anywhere. I'm in California, Sacramento. I'm able to do sports betting on this site, BetUS. We ask that you use the link in the description below. It helps out the channel if you make a deposit. Thanks. And I got a question for you guys. How do you guys feel about the Sacramento Kings right now, currently in the state of turmoil? Do you feel like the front office is the right front office and they're doing right things for the Kings' longevity? Or do you think they're making panic moves? How do you feel about De'Aaron Fox possibly being traded? Make a comment below. Let me know how you guys feel about those questions. Or if you can comment about anything. Comment about how the Kings are doing, how I'm doing. Comment about the weather. I don't care. It helps out the algorithm. But how do you feel the Kings are going to do? How are they going to be able to pull out of this situation? And what do you feel is going to happen by the end of the season? Also, guys, I'd really appreciate if you click that like button. If you're watching this far, I must have said something entertaining. I must have had some decent analysis. Click that like button. Also, if you're into Kings Talk, Kings Analysis, I ask that you click that subscribe button for me. We're new, but we're trying to grow the channel. Also, make a comment. Answer any of the questions you heard in the video. Make a comment. If you make a comment before my next video, I'll put your comment in the next video. And also, if you can, please share the content. Share the content to any of your social medias. You can say I'm the new Kings Talk guy. You can say I'm trash. You can say anything. Just share the content. I appreciate it. It helps me kick the algorithm's ass. And hey, guys, I got a motivational quote for you guys today. And this motivational quote is by Joe Girard. I'm not sure who that is, but I like the quote. And it goes like this. The elevator to success is out of order. You have to use the stairs one step at a time. I like that quote. That's a good quote. The elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs one step at a time. Yep, I mean, there's no quick way to success. You'll have to take steps. It's a process. There's levels to this. There's levels to success. And all you're going to be able to do is take one step at a time. I mean, you might get 2 steps, you know, you might be able to do 3 steps forward. Some days you might take a step back. But just as long as every day you're trying to make a step forward towards your goals, eventually you will succeed. And that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you watching this far. If you haven't already, please click that like button. Also click that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. We're new, but we're trying to grow the channel. Please make a comment for me. Let me know how you feel about the Kings. Let me know how you feel about this show. Also, share the content. You can share the content anywhere. I just really appreciate it if you share the content. And if you do, thanks ahead of time. And make sure you click that notification bell so that you're notified the day after the next Kings game when the next episode of The Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay episode comes out. And with that, I'm out. But before I go, check out these moves. It's good.